Hey, my beautiful baby chickie McNiglets. So today I wanted to try something really different and outside of my comfort zone and do a draw my life video. I really hope you enjoy it. Disclaimer, I don't know how to draw. As a lot of you guys know, my story starts in Kingston, Jamaica, but we're going to start a little bit before I even came into the picture with my birth mom, and she had 3 kids before she even met my dad. So I have a big brother named Wayne, a sister named Anne-Marie, and another sister named Marjorie Ann. Then she met my very young, very impressionable dad, swept him off his feet, and they got married and had my sister Carly, and then a few years later, me. Well, shortly before my 3rd birthday, my mom left. But I did have the world's best daddy. So it was the 3 of us, and it was great. I couldn't ask for anything more. At school, things were a little good and a little terrible at the same time. The upside of school was that I loved my extracurricular activities. I got lost in debating competitions and cheerleading and dance and, most importantly, acting. And being a poor kid from a third world country, you don't get to say when the teacher asks you, children, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an actress. That's not a reasonable thing to say. Academically, things were great. I was a really good student. I even skipped a few grades. The problem with skipping a few grades, you get bullied a lot. Especially for, and do not laugh, I got bullied because of my boobs. I didn't have any. And so I would be tortured. It was just a nightmare. I would go home and say prayers and be like, please, Jesus, please give me breasts. This is how I know God got a sense of humor, because shortly thereafter, I got me some breasts. And then I kept getting some more breasts. So yeah, be careful what you wish for. In the meanwhile, my grandma, who'd been living in America, decided that she wanted to come back home to Jamaica. And so she moved in with us. So it was Daddy, Grandma, Carly, and me. And the 4 of us were awesome together. Things were good for a while. Then adulthood came for my sister. She got a full scholarship and moved to America. And I was super duper sad for a very long time. A few months later, my dad announces he's getting married to my next door neighbor. So I get a new mom and a stepbrother, Dwayne. And a couple years later, I get a kid sister too. And then adulthood came for me, and I got a scholarship and went abroad as well. And that was a really hard adjustment. I was incredibly homesick. But within my first year of school, I met someone. We fell in love, and I felt like I had a family again. And so while we were still in college, we made the really smart decision to get married. And the problem with getting married really young is that it often doesn't work out. I was devastated. You know, when you fail at small things in life, you think, oh, this feels terrible. But to fail at something as monumental as marriage, I felt like a terrible person. But in a weird way, going through that gave me the courage to try for what I'd always wanted to do, which was acting. And so I got a master's degree in acting. What the hell do I do now? Filled out an LA casting profile, and then a couple days later, my phone rang. And it was a PA from the movie Smiley. And I met Michael Gallagher and Shane Dawson, and they became some of my best friends. So now we're 6 months from when I made my very first video. And even though I don't know what the future holds, though I hope I get at least one of these statues. Ooh, and maybe 3 or 4 of these. I'm anxious to keep trying, because every day now I get to act. I get to do the thing that makes me happiest on the planet every day. And that, as far as I'm concerned, is what it feels like to have your dreams come true.